Good evening, students. In our last class, we started the chapter Digestive System. In that part, we were learning about the nutrients. Which are the nutrients? Carbohydrates, protein, fat, minerals, vitamins, etc. are the nutrients. Then we can divide the nutrients into two categories, that are macronutrients and micronutrients. Today, let us learn more about nutrition. Nutrition includes 5 steps. Let us see the textbook now. Look here, the nutrition. It includes some organism. You know that plants can make their own food. So they are synthesizing their food. But other organism, like even the human beings, we need to obtain nutrients from other organism. To get or to eat something, that process is known as ingestion. Obtain or synthesize their food, that process is known as ingestion. Ingestion meaning taking in the food into the mouth. That process, or inside the body, that process is known as ingestion. Then we have to convert it into simpler substances. So that process is known as digestion. We know that in our mouth we chew our food, then many digestive enzymes act on it and make it soluble. That process is known as the digestion. Convert it into simpler substances. That is the digestion. Then another process is after the digestion, when it dissolves. We know that when we put sugar in water and stir it for some time, that will dissolve. Digestion is the process like that. The food material become dissolved into that, become in the liquid form. Then only our body can absorb it. That process is digestion. And the next process is absorption. Our intestine, especially the small intestine, is absorbing the nutrients, and the large intestine is absorbing water. Absorption. Then assimilation. Assimilation become our body. The absorbed part is utilized by the cell of the body. That is assimilation. Assimilation meaning our body is utilizing it to generate energy or to build up our cell. The digested food, the absorbed food is utilized by the body. That process is known as assimilation. Then so the last process is ingestion. In the large intestine, the waste product, after all the absorption, the remaining material, the waste material inside the body may be ejected out or sent out. That process is known as egestion. Our large intestine, at the you know that the last part of our large intestine will store it in the rectum. That portion will store all the waste material. Then through the anal opening, we will defecate it, or waste will be thrown out from the body. That process is known as egestion. Then in the digestive system in human, we have a food canal or alimentary canal. It is a long muscular and coiled tube. You can see our digestive system or our alimentary canal. We can see the food canal or the alimentary canal. That start in the mouth. We know that it start in the mouth and it end in anus. The digestive system in human, that is also known as the food canal. We can call it as food canal or the alimentary canal. Then it start in the mouth and end in anus. It contain a long coiled tube. Then several glands are also present. You can see the liver, pancreas, and inside the stomach there is gastric glands are there. Then salivary glands are present near or around the mouth. Salivary glands are present. All the glands and our alimentary canal together we call the digestive system. You see the liver, salivary glands, pancreas associated with the food canal. The food canal together with this gland form the digestive system. We can call this the whole tube, that coiled tube from the mouth to anus, as food canal or alimentary canal. When we associate, when we food canal with all the digestive glands like the pancreas, liver, or inside the stomach gastric glands, around the mouth the salivary glands, all together we call it as digestive system. Then alimentary canal, you know that it consists of the mouth. It start in the mouth. We can include teeth and tongue also with the alimentary canal. Then esophagus is known as the food pipe. The food pipe is also known as the esophagus. You can see the part esophagus here. Esophagus. Then stomach, small intestine. You can see after the esophagus it is entering into the stomach. It is a muscular organ. Most of the digestion takes place in the stomach. Stomach also has digestive glands inside it that are known as gastric juice. Gastric stomach wall also secreting some digestive enzymes that are the gastric juice. Then let us see the role of the mouth. You can see that the lips are around the mouth so that we can close our mouth especially at the time of swallowing. We need to close our lips. Lips must be closed at the time of swallowing. Then the food is taken through the mouth. This is called ingestion. I told you that point earlier. The food is taken through the mouth. When we take food in the mouth that and swallow it, make it inside our body, that process is known as ingestion. Then we can see the tongue and teeth are present inside the mouth. Let us see the types of teeth. There are 4 kinds of teeth in human being, that are incisors, canine, premolar and molar are the 4 kinds of teeth in human being. Let us see which are the teeth. Here one picture is there in the textbook. The first, it is only one jaw is upper or lower jaw, only one part is shown here. In the upper jaw, if you see, the front 4 teeth are known as the incisors, that help us to cut and break our food into small pieces, that are cutting teeth known as incisors. On either side of the incisors you can see the canine. These are the pointed teeth that help us to tear the food like the flesh. Especially the canine teeth are very big in carnivorous animals like the lion, tiger, etc. They have their canine teeth very sharp and pointed. In human beings we have also the canine, somewhat it is pointed but not like the carnivorous animal. These are for the tearing the food item. If we try to tear the flesh of chicken or beef, when we make curry, we are usually use the canine teeth to tear the flesh. Then after each canine you can see the premolar on either side of the canine teeth. 2 premolar teeth are present. Then after that we can see the 3 molar teeth. The last of the molar is known as wisdom tooth. Last molar on each jaw. On upper and lower jaw you will have the same kind of arrangement. All of us have the same kind of arrangement in the upper jaw and lower jaw. Here also you can see premolar and molar, they have more roots. Here only one root is here, but they have 2 roots here in the premolar and molar teeth. Then Again, they have uneven surface also. The molar, they help to grind the food. The molar teeth help us to grind the food and make it the food into like pulp, that paste like structure. Food after chewing enough, that become pulp like structure or paste like structure. Using the molar we can make the food into pulp like structure. Then only our digestive enzymes can act on the food and the assimilation of food takes place. Our body can use it only if we chew the food properly. Then only the digestive enzymes can act on it properly. Then only our body can use it properly. So when we when we eat the food, you must be very careful in chewing it properly. Then here the explanation of the different kinds of teeth: biting, incisors, biting and chewing; canine help in tearing the food; premolar for crushing and grinding; and molar teeth also crushing and grinding, and they have uneven surface. That are the things I told you. Then again, the last molar, the wisdom tooth also, we learned it, that appear only at the age of 17 or 20 years. In some people, the wisdom teeth may not come out of the gums at all. So if we count our teeth, you cannot see the molar teeth now in your mouth. If you try to, that appear only after 17 or 20 years. In some people that may not come out, even though it is present inside the gum, that may not come out. Then human have two sets of teeth in their lifetime. The first set is called the milk teeth or temporary teeth. Milk teeth, you know that the first set of teeth that is coming after a baby born, when she or he, the baby reach 2 years old, then only the milk teeth or temporary teeth will come. Then again, consisting of 20 teeth, that are 8 incisors. 8 incisors, 4 in the upper and 4 in the lower jaw, and 4 canines, 2 in the upper and 2 in the lower jaw, and 8 molar, 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw, appear in young children. So young children have only, they have the milk teeth, and that its number is 20 in number. The temporary teeth start falling out around the age of 5-6 years. At 5-6, the temporary teeth may fall out. Then that may be replaced by the permanent teeth. By about 12 to 13 years of age, the permanent teeth will appear in human life. Then total how many teeth are there in human mouth? They have 32. Humans have 32 teeth in all, 16 in each jaw, 16 in upper jaw and 16 in lower jaw. Then usually you may have only 28 teeth because you are also a child. Then teeth also help in speaking, or that speak properly, we need our teeth. Then again, let us learn about the tongue. Tongue is also present in our mouth. It is a fleshy muscular organ. It does not have any bone inside it. The tongue is only a muscular organ. It does not have a bone inside it. So it is attached at the back to the floor of the mouth. Inside the mouth, at the back side it is attached. Then tongue help us in several ways. Let us see how the tongue help us. Help in tasting the food. In lower class you learn tongue help us to taste. Then it again help in mixing the watery secretion, saliva, with the food. You know that we have a watery substance, secretion inside our mouth, that is known as the saliva. Then mixing, saliva is a digestive enzyme. So when we chew our food, at the time the tongue is mixing the saliva with our food. Then only the saliva can digest the food. That will mix at every part of the food. Then only the digestion will be proper. Then manipulate the food while chewing. We know that when we chew our food, the food is reaching behind or in between the teeth, or when we chew our food, the food can reach just below the teeth or in between the teeth only because we have the tongue in our mouth. The tongue is manipulating or moving the food at a proper place. It is doing such a function. Then help in swallowing the food. Swallow എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വിഴുങ്ങുക. Help in swallowing the food. Then help in cleaning the teeth when food particles are stuck into it. With our tongue, we can clean the surface of the teeth. If any food stick on the surface of our teeth, our tongue help in cleaning that. That is also done by the tongue. Then help in speaking. Then again, let us learn about the salivary glands. Here you know that salivary gland, the saliva contain an enzyme known as salivary amylase. Only amylase is given here. Its real name is salivary amylase. Saliva containing the amylase is the enzyme that help to convert starch into maltose. We know that the starch is present inside the chapati or rice when we eat. That rice that digested into maltose. Maltose is a kind of sugar that is changed by the enzyme in the saliva known as salivary amylase. That amylase is converting starch into maltose. Maltose is a sugar, a kind of sugar. Look here, another important thing. For example, it is given a piece of bread or boiled rice. Boiled rice, വേവിച്ച ചോറ്. When we chew thoroughly, start tasting sweet. If we chew it more time inside, keep it inside our mouth and chew very thoroughly, that tasteless starch changes into sweet or maltose sugar. If you do like that, you can also taste of the maltose that may be change into that starch part will change into maltose inside our mouth. Maltose is a sugar. Then again it must be digested inside the stomach. Maltose must again change into glucose. Then only our body can absorb it. So a part of the digestion takes place inside the mouth. Then what the saliva is doing inside our mouth? It moisten and lubricate the mouth cavity. We know that otherwise our mouth cavity may be dry. Because of the saliva, it moisten വെച്ചാൽ hydrated, വെള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ അംശം അത് കൊടുക്കുന്നു. ലൂബ്രിക്കേറ്റ്, വഴുവഴുപ്പുണ്ടാക്കുന്നു. Then only we can speak and swallow easily. Our tongue cannot move if the saliva is not present. So swallowing and speaking will be very easy in the presence of saliva. Then it clean the mouth and destroy germs. Saliva containing certain enzymes in it, so that it can destroy certain digestive or germ killing things are present in the saliva, so it can destroy the germs. Then it can clean the mouth in that way. If the saliva is fresh saliva, that can destroy. When we wake up after sleeping, that saliva may be very in bad condition. So we must brush it. The fresh saliva can destroy the germs. Then the saliva bind the food particle and make it into mass called the bolus. Ball-like structure saliva bind എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അത് ഒരുമിച്ചാക്കുന്നു. When we chew our food, that the food particles may stick together, that turn into ball-like structures known as bolus, so that we can small ball-like structures formed by the saliva Saliva is binding is just sticking together the food particle, that ball-like structures known as bolus, so that we can swallow it very easily. Then digestion also done by the saliva because of the presence of the amylase, enzyme amylase. Today I am finishing the lesson, and I am giving some exercise of this lesson also after the class I am giving, and after that I am conducting a small test paper of the previous lesson. Thank you for listening the class.